What's going on, Pisces? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic month so far. It's that time, Pisces. But before we get into that, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just fantastic, Pisces. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why, Pisces, because it is Celestial News Monthly. Literally the greatest time of the month there, Pisces. I mean, how could it not be? This is so exciting. But with this monthly spread, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. You got a lot of energies going on here during this little season there, Pisces. But just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on the situation, okay? So, with all that being said, Pisces, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Pisces. Now, I have Zodiac Oracle cards with each of the signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an Oracle card from this deck here for each one, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. And both of these are new ones, Pisces. I've been enjoying them so far, so hopefully you'll like them as well. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Pisces, so definitely check them out. Very fantastic energy they bring. I think you would really enjoy them. But before we get into this card, let's talk about the little shindig that Sag is throwing in their sign. Because you got the sun that's entering Sagittarius, and then you also got Mars that's going to be entering as well. Now, the sun is going to be entering on the 22nd of November, and that'll be at 9:02 a.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be there through the 21st of December. And with this energy, Pisces, you may feel more inclined to take risk and really embrace adventures. Sagittarius are the adventurers of the zodiac. They're always seeking to broaden their horizons, to find different ways to get inspired. So don't be afraid to get out there. And it's really great for physical journeys and intellectual pursuits. So this could be traveling to maybe a new state, maybe a new country, even a new continent, whatever that's, or maybe even just a new park there, Pisces. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy. But Sagittarius is about that, where like their opposite sign Gemini is more so about that short term type of travel. Sagittarius is about that, like going to that like culture shock and really learning things that are very different from them. But when it comes to the intellectual pursuits part of it as well, because they are a sign of higher learning, being that they're ruled by Jupiter, and you and Pisces, or you are Pisces, you and Sagittarius share a ruler with Jupiter. So this applies to you as well, about that intellectual pursuit, whether this be through maybe taking up a new course of study, or going back to school, or even just doing some, like, maybe just looking up some stuff on YouTube, possibly any sort of like maybe master classes or whatever, anything to just make yourself more well-rounded there, Pisces. Fantastic for that. You may find it too also easier to speak your mind, because Sagittarius is one that's very honest, very straightforward with the way they're talking. But my favorite part of this too is that this energy brings more optimism and positivity into your energies there, Pisces. I remember last year when the sun entered into Sag, that I literally, the day of, I woken up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I had this just really great idea how I was operating for recording for my readings before, just like on this thin table. I was doing a lot. You should have. I really hate I didn't take a picture of it, but it was being extra. But then I had an idea, moved it over. It was fantastic, and then you have Mars that's going to be moving into Sagittarius on the 24th of November, and then we'll be there through the 4th of January. And with this, there's a desire to seek out new experience and challenges, to really take risk and to get out of your comfort zone there, Pisces. So, again, and this is like really the that Jupiter aspect as well. And again, since you have that energy with you, some people will say that you're ruled by Jupiter, others will say you're ruled by Neptune. I think you're cool enough, Pisces, to have two rulers. And I feel like don't be afraid to journey out of your comfort zone, to try something different, expand your mind, really get the most out of this journey and all that it really has to offer, because it really is a wonderful, even with all the stuff that can go down, or that can go down, there is a lot that this realm has to offer us in ways that it wants us to grow and expand and step outside of what we regularly do there, Pisces. But something to be mindful of too, you may be notice that you're more direct and candid in your communication than your actions. And where Sagittarius is, it's great to have that honesty, I'm all for that. But sometimes that can borderline on just kind of, Sagittarius can be known as a blunt sign sometimes, and how they speak when they go to deliver things. So we just want to be mindful of our audience, and you may have to take the longer way to tell these people, certain people, the truths there. But it's not that we're lying, but it's just that we're just being mindful of how we're approaching that energy. And now, depending on where your Pisces placements are at, this is going to be forming a square with your sign. And squares can be challenging energies there, Pisces. They can bring about different obstacles, delays, just not very, just like the energies are inharmonious. I mean, you're talking water and fire here that's trying to blend together. Then that doesn't always work. So where you may notice these delays in things, but it's just going to slow down the process just a little bit. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be achievements for this hard work that you put in during these energies. And the sun will be, since it's a neutral planet, will be more easier to deal with in a sense, but it's just that square energy with Mars that might be a little bit harder, which deals with your energy, your actions, and things like that. So just something to keep in mind there, Pisces. But let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, interesting, Pisces. Look at you sitting still here, because you got the Glacier of Stillness. And this card says, in moments of stillness, find depth and clarity. Patience carves wonders. And I like this, Pisces, because I feel that this energy is giving me one of finding, I feel like, moments, especially with your, and we're going to shift that around just a little bit, because especially with your one of your rulers getting ready to go direct, Neptune, I do feel that there is this energy of trying to get more into that sort of like meditative type of practice, to really tap into source, Pisces, because you have a very special connection with the divine, being that you have both the spiritual energies of Jupiter and Neptune at your disposal, and you're a sign of duality. And I feel when you connect with those spirit guides, we all benefit from being in touch with source, but I feel like your sign in particular really needs those moments of alone time and a stillness. Any sort of like Pisces and 12th house placements, because you do feel the energies, or you're very sensitive to the energies. And I feel like that's sometimes where that misconception can kind of come in with Pisces, because it's a very similar thing with like Cancer, because we get my sun signs in Cancer, we're just looked at as emotional and where we are, but there's a reason for that, just along the signs of, it's very similar to your sensitivity. People may just knock it off as you being sensitive, but it's just like, no, you're attuned to those around you. And I feel like that, finding moments to sit with that and being patient with forming that connection with yourself, and in any sort of challenges that you do find yourself in, will bring about a deeper understanding and a clarity that, and I feel like even too, Pisces, even just like getting out, and make sure to get out in nature and connect with the environment that is around you. Because I mean, she's out there even in the Arctic there. Well, I don't know where the hell she is, but it's cold where she's at. So even if we could just get her for a few minutes, even just something to make sure that we're getting out and just appreciating because what I'm picturing you Pisces, this level of stillness that can, and the peace that can come from that. If you're familiar with snow and how you get that first real heavy snow and there's no cars out and it's just like you go to step outside and it's just quiet, and so quiet that you can almost hear the snowflakes falling on the ground. That's what I feel like. And I feel like there's this, it's, I almost feel like you dropping into the universal oceans and really just connecting. Like you're sitting essentially on this body of water and just, I'm I love where you're at, Pisces. What I'm picturing is very zen. So I feel like that's going to be an important thing for you there, Pisces. But let's get in very hermit energy. But yeah, let's get some tarot on this and get some details. But I don't know if I actually made my point with that 12th house in Pisces placement. But seclusion and making sure to recharge your energies and things, that's going to be a very important one. And I feel like meditation can be, even if it's just like 5-10 minutes at a time, something to just recharge yourself there, Pisces. But, and just finding some, some calmness in your day-to-day. Thank you. Oh, and there's one of your rulers there. There's Neptune. I'm with it. Oh, and love that. I love when spirits do that. Been on a roll here, Pisces. So you have the Five of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Cups, that good old Hermit, and then the Hanged Man here. And I like that both the Hanged Man and the Hermit popped up here, because that's some rich meditation right there, Pisces. That's some deep contemplative type of things that's coming through there. The Five of Wands can be a card of conflict, and I feel that when you do find yourselves in challenges, because you got some challenging energy here with Sag here, and I feel like when you find yourself kind of stuck and like maybe like you're not sure which road to take, because the Seven of Cups can be like a card of options. And when you sit with these energies and be present with that stuff, kind of connect, like even like I feel like making it a point to communicate these problems to your higher forces, however you connect. This could be through higher self, God, spirit, Buddha, the ancestors, your angels, deities, like literally however you connect to source, Pisces. That can really help you bring your wish fulfillment, and just like set your, the Nine of Cups is a really special card, because I feel like it is one of your cards actually. It's that one is Jupiter in Pisces, and I feel that it really is, it's to really tuning into your vibration and energies that you're attracting, and just attracting some of this more calm and stillness in times of meditation and reflection, in order for you to, I feel like, be able to tackle this world with a very clear head and really have a very just deeper connection with with source. And and I even feel though too, with the Seven of Cups, Pisces, is something to be mindful of, because the Seven of Cups for me can also be like a prelude to a devil moment, and getting wrapped up. And just consider you got Neptune here too, which is a planet can deal with escapism as well, and just being mindful of that as well. Just like allowing distractions and things in order getting in the way of your vibrations in a sense. But I do feel like with how we got Virgo here, the Hermit card, Neptune, the Hanged Man, getting in that routine that Virgo energy has to deal with, because that's where we could learn a lot from our opposite signs. Yours opposite is Virgo, and it's how do you take that vast spiritual energy, psychic energy that you have, and incorporate that in the mundane, the day-to-day stuff. Because I feel like a reason that Pisces and 12th house energy tends to lead into that escapist type of energy is just because your inner world is so rich and so vivid that why would we be bothered with what's going on here? You know, like, because I have some 12th house placements and I totally can relate to that, Pisces. So just something to think about. It does you wonders when you connect that source energy. But all right, Pisces, let's get some tea and then let's talk about your energy, because we're gonna be talking about your energy for a while, because you have Saturn that's in your sign, and then Neptune's just gonna be going direct here. Now Neptune's gonna go direct on I want to say it's the 6th of December, and will be in your sign until 2025. She's been hanging out there for quite a while there, Pisces. But with this, now that she's gone direct, this is a really great energy for creative expression, because you do have that dreamy, imaginative energy to call upon from Neptune, and it's so expansive with Jupiter that you can take, like all of that. And I feel like finding outlets for that, whether that be through painting, through singing, through dance, through crafting, oh, through woodwork, through gardening, like whatever that's looking like, just anything that you can just find these moments for just creativity. I feel like really will do wonders for you, Pisces. But also too, this energy is excellent for practices like meditation and even dream analysis, because you are associated with like the dream world as well there, Pisces. And if you find yourself being an active dreamer, paying attention to those signals, writing down maybe different themes and things that you've noticed from your dreams, and try not to dismiss that energy, because those are that source communicating through to you. It's really spectacular. And then Saturn's going to be in Pisces till like towards the end of May 2025, and this is a great energy for really taking that intuitive energy and really just getting a little more disciplined with that, and making your dreams come to life. Is one thing to keep that all in your head, Pisces, but now Saturn wants you to make that your wishes come true, and to really start being in that energy to, just to bring that wonder to this world. And also too, some trickiness with this energy is that boundaries are going to be a big one as well, being aware of people who cross your emotional boundaries in a sense, because that is one thing with your energy, that you do have this level of compassion, that loves for all, but some people can take advantage of that energy. So just being mindful of those that tend to take from you, Pisces, and setting up those barriers there. And now, depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a conjunction with your sign. Now, you'll have to have your time of birth for where Neptune is, since she's pretty far along through your sign. But Saturn just went direct about maybe 10 days ago, or well, when I'm releasing this, almost about 2 weeks ago now. So he's still at the very beginning of your energy, and is moving on through. So, but conjunctions are just like a blend of energies. It's just like now your Pisces placements are taking on that Saturn energy, where you may be feeling a little more disciplined, a little more serious, a little more driven. And just Saturn brings about challenges, and can be a harsher energy to deal with. But if we're able to work with that, not if, when we're able to work with that energy, it can be, Saturn can reward just as handsomely as Jupiter does. But it can feel a little, you may notice some anxiety and things, because it can be a little uncomfortable at first with those, and how those energies blend together there, Pisces. So just something to be mindful of. And at Saturn, just like Mars, is he's the greater benefic or malefic planet. So yeah, Saturn means business, meaning the taskmaster. But again, it can really help us get to our highest vibration. But let's get an oracle on this. Pisces. Oh, all right, Pisces. All right, thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, all right, Pisces. So this card don't want to stay still. You have the Crescent of Transition card here. And this card says life is a series of phases, like the moon. Embrace each crescent of change. And you know, that's interesting, Pisces, because I feel with this energy, it's once you, I feel like, get into whatever this practice of meditation looks like. Maybe this is even through writing, maybe this is through whatever this is looking like. I feel like it is appreciating just like how you grow through the phases. And this could even be too, because you are, which I, why you're not the high priestess, I feel like instead of the moon, I don't, I'm thinking about starting a petition against that. But you are the moon card in tarot. And the moon being in your sign is a very special place too. Like the moon really, Scorpio, she has a little more trouble with, but in water signs, and she rules over Cancer, and in your sign she does very well in, because I feel this energy is, for some, I do feel like this tuning into like the lunar cycles is going to be important as well. But just embracing like how you change. We just started a new lunar cycle just a few days ago, and so I feel like paying attention to, and the lunar cycles are meant to be, you know how they say it takes about what 29 like 30 days in order for like a new routine to set in. So I feel like just paying attention to like your routines in a sense. If you want to make more time to meditate, or make more time to create, make more time to do X, Y, Z, whatever that's looking like. I feel like syncing up with the lunar cycle and paying attention to where where the moon is at and things can be really really beneficial for you there, Pisces. But let's get some tarot on this. And I feel too, even how you got this, like the patience carves wonders. I'm just looking at glacier of stillness again with this moon phases. I do feel like it's like paying attention to how you grow over time there, Pisces, and be patient with your growth, and honor where you're at on your journey. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here, Pisces. Oh. Alright, Pisces. So you have the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and then you have the Emperor here. And let's start with this Two of Pentacles. Because I feel when you start harmonizing with the changes that are starting to go on for you, Pisces. Because Sagittarius is, like, so far the energies have been a lot of transition energy that's going on with Sagittarius season. And I feel that this Two of Pentacles is you really getting in the groove of your manifesting and really starting to embrace these changes, learning when it's time to take charge and rise up to things, and then when it's time to celebrate and to rest, and right, just be in the energies to do that as well with this Four of Wands here. But the Four of Wands is even like a portal card, with the 1111 that's going through there. And it's like I do feel there's going to be an opportunity for you to try some new things, to maybe even, this could be maybe check like trying a different, like exploring a different hobby, or maybe even thinking about starting up a new career, or maybe even going from this page energy to the emperor, in a sense. Like there's this evolutionary stage, and I feel like that being open to, for some, even being a beginner if we're getting ready to start something new, and not being afraid of letting, let's say, like a lack of knowledge, in a sense, or like a lack of experience hold you back from trying things. The only way to get that experience is to, to become an emperor. You just need to just be an emperor and get into, like, we all start new at something. So maybe you, if you wanted to, I don't know, pick up the guitar, it's okay to have to be awkward and to get all that stuff out. Everyone starts there. Some sure can be virtuosos and things, but they got to strum out a few notes in order to get familiar. So yeah, I feel like it's like appreciating each level up, and taking moments to celebrate those wins in order to let them compound to become bigger wins there, Pisces. And it's like how you go from the sliver of the from the or really just the blankness of the new moon to the brightness of the full moon, and just appreciating all of how, each of the phases and how it grows along the way. It doesn't, the moon doesn't just become one day, it's just all of a sudden full. It's a process. And then even not even just appreciating that waxing, but also that waning aspect, the increase and then the reflection part of it. So something to think about there, Pisces. I like this. All right, now let's talk about Capricorn, because you have Mercury that's entering Capricorn, is getting ready to start doing their retrograde dance, and then you have Pluto in Capricorn as well. Now with Neptune was first. So first, Neptune's going to enter on the 1st of December, and I like Neptune, or when excuse me, when Mercury's in Capricorn, because this really brings about a heightened ability to think strategically and to plan for the future. Goals and achievements will become, or may become, like the central themes during this energy, where our thoughts are going to be, because Capricorn is all about the future. They're very ambitious, ruled by Saturn. They're very ambitious, very driven, very success oriented, and a very patient sign as well, because any sort of Saturn type of energy, I'm always telling Capricorn this, and Aquarius too, that it is Saturn. It brings about energies of time. It's something that you can't rush with Saturn. It's one thing you have to get in order to get the experience of the Emperor. You have to go through all the phases of. There's no skipping steps, and but it's one of those that you still keep that drive. You don't let that the length of time deter you. It's what you're the nice thing I feel like about Capricorn energy is that, sure, it may be a slow burn, but that gives you a moment to really contemplate what you want to do, and to really put your energy into that. Appreciate that space that you do have for that. So yeah, I like when Mercury's in Capricorn, but this also too really encourages responsible decision making and focusing on practical outcomes, because Capricorn doesn't just jump into just any old thing and hoping that it's just going to work out. They are very strategic with what they're going to do. Is this going to, with this newness that we're talking about with the Page of Pentacles, it's just like, is this going to yield the results? What are those? What is that? What do we have to get out of this? Taking on all of these challenges and things. But when they do decide to take on something, you can't stop them. So that's a really nice energy too. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde, retrogrades in general are nothing to be feared. They're just a time when the energies slow down, and ask us to slow down and evaluate how we're working with the energy that we're in, and just reflect on that. And you started out with stillness and appreciating this transition, but Mercury retrogrades can deal with trickiness in communication. You may find that you're stumbling over your words, serving a word salad. So be mindful of that too, especially in Sagittarius season, because I feel like that can potentially lead to, there can be conflicting energy for if our minds, or if our mouths get ahead of our head. So that's just something to be aware of there. But also technology tends to be a little wonky when Mercury's going retrograde. So keeping track of like any sort of important messages that you may be expecting, or checking like your emails, things along those lines. Just double check that type of stuff there, Pisces. But also, now, when Mercury is specifically retrograde in Capricorn, which is going to happen on the 13th of December, this is a great time to reevaluate your long term plans, career objectives, personal obligations. It's, I like that. You know, it really does. I feel like this can help you think about your career, where you're just taking your journey. Are these transitions where you want to be? Are our actions matching our words? Fantastic for that. But also, because Capricorn is such a hardworking sign, this is an energy of making sure we're finding balance between our professional responsibilities and our personal life. You know, what's the sense of building up all this, this empire, if you can't enjoy it? Like, we want to be mindful, and be mindful of that. But there may also be an increase in a sense of duty, and a focus on fulfilling obligations. So again, like, while you have this very driven energy at your disposal, it's not like when Mercury moves out, it just goes away. But it's just like, while the energy is more potent, really getting into the routine of that type of drive there. And then you got Pluto, that's going to be in Capricorn until Aquarius season, the 20th of January 2024. And this, when the outer planets move, Jupiter on down, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, this really does affect us, of course, on an individual level, but really affects us on a global standpoint as well. You really feel that in that type of way. And with this can lead to shifts in power dynamics and a breakdown of outdated systems. I mean, it's been nothing but that since Pluto's been going through in Capricorn, and now we're getting ready to move from the sort of structured, materialistic kind of authoritarian energy of Capricorn and moving into more kind of freedom-loving humanitarianism in innovative energy of Aquarius. So it's going to be an interesting shift, I feel. And also, you may feel a heightened sense of responsibility towards societal and global issues. So, with all these voids that are being made, with all these outdated systems breaking down, it's just like, how are we filling that space? And the nice thing, too, is that depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a sextile with your sign. And now, sextiles are very easy flowing energy. They can bring about luck. After the trines, they're very fortunate energies and create opportunities, but they're passive energies. It's all potential. If we don't do anything with them, then they just kind of sit there. So, and I feel like forming a positive sign, and I was telling Scorpio this too, forming an aspect like this with such a hard-working sign of accomplishments, I feel like that's a really, really, really dope thing to experience there, Pisces. So definitely take advantage of that for sure. But let's go ahead and get an oracle on this. Go. Thank you. All right, Pisces. Ooh. So you have the Labyrinth of Decisions card here. And this card says, life's maze can be puzzling. Trust in your inner compass to guide you to the heart of what matters. And I dig that. Because even how, like, you have the, oh, I thought you had the, yeah, you do. Okay, so I thought you had the Seven of Cups. But because with the Seven of Cups, like, you know, again, that can be having a lot of options, not sure where you want to take this journey. You know, there's so many different options in how to go to where you want to do, and then even when you find your thing, that just there's even more options in that. So I feel when you're going through life and making these decisions, again, make sure to take a moment and sit with yourself. Figure out what Nine of Cups, be in that meditative energy. What do you want to attract? And then get into that routine with that crescent of transformation, and get that Virgo energy that you have here, and let your intuition guide you. We all benefit from listening to our guides, of course, and trusting our intuition. But I feel that water energy in particular is one that, because we are so, even just as like, even if this is not your sun placement, even if you have this in other places, you have like strong Pisces, maybe your Pisces moon, Pisces rising, just wherever you have water, you know, there is that natural intuition does come naturally to you. And paying attention to how you feel is going to be is going to help you tremendously in getting through, figuring out where your journey wants to lead you. And I feel even too, just like there's this energy, because I was going to mention even like knowing your chart and things can even help guide that as well, as far as if you have questions for those. Just actually just talking with someone, I think that they have a Pisces rising, I want to say. But when you get to know yourself even on from your chart point, and I have some apps down in the description box for you too, some free ones that if you want to check that out, Pisces, they're fantastic. But yeah, learning about yourself and learning how your inner compass works, I really feel like will help you navigate through this labyrinth that can feel like life sometimes here. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. And I feel like don't be afraid, Pisces, if you feel this energy that, you know, that you do want something to change. And, you know, like this, because I feel like for some it's just like we can get overwhelmed with like that option. Maybe we've invested in something and we're realizing this doesn't quite resonate with you, and that we want to shift gears. But it's just, you know, and then you get into that overthinking energy. So yeah, I feel like yeah, I feel like a good way to, yeah, just kind of sit with that. You know, be in stillness can really help you find some answers, and just try not to force it. Be patient, and I feel like spirit will guide you exactly where you need to be. Thank you. Now let's see what's going on here, Pisces. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, so you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Six of Swords, and then the Lover's card here, Pisces. And I say Five of Pentacles, you get Five Pentacles too. But let's see, where are we starting? So with the Lovers, so this can be a card of choices, and I love this card too, because I always say that this is one of my cards of connecting with higher self. Like when the Lovers pops up, this is your higher self, this higher self winking at you. And you know, I feel before, I feel with the Four of Swords that, again, there might be this energy of anxiety that may come up here for you, Pisces, when we're thinking about maybe some of the decisions that we're making, or are we transitioning and towards the things that we want to do, or I even almost feel like with the Five of Pentacles, it's like, are we getting to where we need to be, or are we digging ourselves further, maybe even into a hole, even? Because the Five of Pentacles can be a card of poverty in a sense, or like feeling that we're missing something. There's this that lack mentality that goes on there, and that can even kind of convolute the journey a little bit more. And I feel like if we get to this place of where we want to move on towards a new opportunity, but we feel like that we're lacking some sort of resources or things, is that remembering that you do have everything within Pisces. That's that magician energy that's kind of coming through here for me. And it's like when you take a moment and sit with what those things, instead of thinking like as far as like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. Okay, no, this is what I need. Which one is the most practical thing to go for with first, and then, and so that you don't get into that like reactive energy with the Two of Wands. It'll become more of a, because I feel when we make this like this conscious connection with what we really want there, Pisces, it's going to be something where I keep getting that energy of like when you're doing what you love, you never work a day in your life. And this doesn't just have to be with work, but just I feel like anything that you pay attention to, things that I almost feel like that you're overworking at, in a sense. We can be putting too much into like a relationship possibly, or into maybe our jobs, like, and it's just like we're doing the stuff and we're not feeling this sense of fulfillment. And I even feel too, Pisces, with the Three of Cups, this might even be an energy where sharing this with a friend or some friends, could possibly work if you find yourself in this energy of just kind of feeling like we're wandering through a maze, like, and just kind of going through life kind of aimlessly there. And even like the Four of Swords to me, because it's another card of meditation, of getting your head in alignment and getting your head balanced. This is the Four of Swords is Jupiter and Libra. And I feel like once you find that balance within, then the abundance really starts flowing through. So, but one more thing with like the Six of Swords here, when we're going through these challenges, we got to pay attention to things that may be keeping us stuck, and that we don't want to, whatever it is, this new opportunities that we're going to go about, we need to make sure that we're leaving the things that are holding us back in the past. And this could even be, I'm even getting like maybe there's some people that might even be in this sort of lack mentality, and that can affect you, Pisces, when you do. That's something that I've even started to be mindful of, especially like even like a work environment or just like a friend environment. If you find someone that's just like just bringing it down, that can sap from you in a way. So just being mindful of that. But ultimately, your intuition. And even I was going to say with the Three of Cups, this could even be if we're not communicating with someone, like a friend or anything, communicating with Source, talking with your guides, and listening to the messages and intuiting the messages that do come through there, Pisces. It's going to be a big help for you with making choices on this journey. But all right, now let's talk about. Let's talk about Scorpio. Because the Empress, Venus, is going to be entering Scorpio on the 4th of December, and will be there through the 29th of December. And with this energy, Pisces, this really encourages us to explore deeper levels of our emotions and our desires. This is a tricky placement for Venus to be in, because she's technically in detriment in Scorpio. It's the energies. It's a strange one for her to operate in. Because that intensity, it takes that sort of lightheartedness of Libra energy that she has, and it's taking it deeper. And she's just like, oof. But But this can be a great energy for you to ask those kind of deeper questions of yourself. Are you really living? Is this really bringing you the happiness? And whatever it is that you're maybe asking that question, or is this really bringing you the happiness that you want on your journey? And also too, excuse me, relationships may go through significant changes because Scorpio, one of their biggest things is that they are a sign of change, and this doesn't necessarily have to be for bad there, Pisces. It's just that changes are necessary, and it's just like processing what does that mean, and this doesn't have to be just in love relationships. Venus deals with friends, with business partners, co-workers, family. Just all of that may lead to changes, but also, too, you may feel more inclined to explore areas of love and intimacy in a more deeper and open kind of way, because Scorpio is nothing. They're not about superficial anything. They take they take things to the depths, and so this can be a great energy for you in love, sure, but also just strengthening energies in general, being more vulnerable with those we trust, to extending a deeper connection with those around us. And the nice thing about this energy is that this is forming a trine with your Pisces placements. And trines are very, very beneficial energy. They bring about luck, and it's very fast moving, very kind of Eight of Wands. Once things, it's like it clears obstacles out of your way. So, and I feel like having that with Venus, that's a fantastic energy to be in that sort of aspect with. So, embrace that type of energy there, and allow if you've excuse me, if you have any challenges or things that are coming your way, this is again but clear stuff for you. So, and Venus deals with not even just like the love aspect, but deals with finances as well. So, being in a financially savvy sign, because Scorpio is good with finances as well. Granted, it's more so about joint finances, but still good with money all the same. But let's get an oracle card on this and get some details on that. Perfect. Thank you. All right, Pisces. So you have the, what's this? Pendulum of Balance. And this card says, life is a dance of contrast. Seek equilibrium in your emotions and decisions. And interesting how that kind of followed after that labyrinth of decisions. So I feel that there is going to be, with this energy, Pisces, that while we're making these decisions in life and things, it's really, really being centered is going to be important. And again, tuning into yourself when you're not. I feel like, not that you can't make fast decisions, but I really feel like if you have something that you can take a moment or two to process, not if you don't have to make a decision like right that moment. Ask, like, let's say for like a job position, for example, take a day or two before we just like jump onto something. Consider this really lining up with where your goals are going to be. And because I feel like when we're in that reactive type of energy, that just convolutes things, and it's get you to where it gets a lot harder to clean up the decisions that you've made when you start just kind of jumping in at stuff. So and I even feel for some there's this energy of, we may have to do something that may not resonate with us in that moment, but it's like let's say we're trying to start up a business, but in the meantime we need some sort of like additional sort of fun, so maybe like doing like a part-time gig on the side just while you're getting something else built up. It may not be great at first, but it's going to like long term it's going to balance out in a sense. But let's get some tarot on this. Oh, interesting. Wow, syncing up with the energies there. There's Scorpio. We have the Death card here. Let's get the rest of this stuff here. Excuse me. Thank you. Now, let's see what's going on here, Pisces. Oh, look at all these queens. All right, so you have the powerful intuitives. So you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, and then the Death card here, Pisces. And I feel with the, it's like with all these lovely ladies here, I feel that there's, because the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups are, they are very very powerful into, all the queens are, but the Queen of Cups, I would say, is probably the most intuitive of the queens just because she's in that water energy. And I do feel that, you know, because with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like there are. This is like it's like my seed type of cards, like new chances for opportunities are coming into the forefront here. Especially you got Page of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles there. Great energy to start something new, but I feel with the Queen of Pentacles, in order to manifest, because she takes what she loves and she materializes it. You know, she really is in tune with the earth and knows how to make the most of her resources. We were talking about her. And in the High Priestess, Matt, you know, she is intuition. She's the moon. She's what I feel like you should really be, Pisces, is the High Priestess. And she's another powerful intuitive. And I feel that if you listen to that instinct of yours, your feelings, that will help you to move through these changes like the fish that you are. Instead of going against the current, you'll be able to move with the current. In any changes and shifts in your equilibrium that happen, you'll be able to notice that thing, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's time to make a move here. Oh, it's time to make a move here. And I feel like that's what Queen of Pentacles is really good at. You know, when she notices that, okay, something isn't working here, okay, let me allot these resources somewhere else. And I feel too with this that when you do find yourself getting out of balance, it's like finding different sources and ways, in like different ways of taking care of your energy with these Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. This is very nurturing energy as well that these two bring. And yeah, finding different outlets to, again, maybe through meditation, through getting out in nature, but any sort of way that can bring about this self-care, being by some water, maybe being in by some earth. Or but yeah, I feel you are in an energy where you want to make sure that you're being proactive and not being reactive, Pisces. I feel that's going to be a very very important energy for you there. So Yeah, just something to think about with these changes here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Pisces. Now let's talk about this last energy here, Taurus, because you have Jupiter, one your other ruler, that's still retrograde in Taurus, and then Uranus is also retrograde. Now with Big Papa, Jupiter, you have. Jupiter's going to be retrograde until the 30th of December. And with this energy, Pisces, this is great for reevaluating your approach to wealth, investments, and material comforts, just to your overall security. Because Taurus deals with that. Yes, deals with money and things and like the material stuff, but Taurus likes to make sure that everything is secure, that the foundation is solid, even through it's like it is appreciated, like keeping that stuff even with all the changes that are going down here. And this could even be too if there are certain areas that that we're not feeling so strong in. You even finding like looking into different sources, maybe looking for different teachers or doing some research online, whatever that may be looking like there for you, Pisces. But then also you have Uranus is going to be retrograde until the 27th of January 2024. And with this, it's just Uranus brings about it's similar to Pluto, but it's just like Uranus brings change out of nowhere, really just comes out of left field and flips things on its head in a way that helps us get into a more intuitive type, or excuse me, a more innovative type of energy. And with this, you may notice, I mean, there's already been changes that have gone on in our currency and how we invest and even our economic structure, and it's like finding different type of ways to go about accumulating finances, or investing in like land, or maybe even starting growing our own type of crops, or whatever that might be looking like there for you, Pisces. But also Taurus can deal with the environment as well. And you may notice a heightened awareness for environmental issues. I was actually just listening to, or I was getting a lift ride back to where I'm staying, and they were talking about like all the there's just plastic everywhere in our ecosystem, and it's just like how do we reduce like our carbon footprint, and talking about more renewable energies, and just a lot of that stuff may come to the forefront here over these next couple of years. And they were talking even like how, which I mean, keep in mind it's not like a political thing or anything like that, but even with like like global warming and all this stuff here, just like so a lot of those things may come to the forefront there for you, Pisces. And just like with excuse me, with Capricorn, this is forming a sextile with your sign. So, yes, with sextile with your sign. So, very abundant energies that you're there. You got the achievers of the zodiac, the builders of the zodiac. This is you had a nice little blend of energies there, Pisces. So, definitely work with this. But let's get your last oracle card. Oh, look at that, Pisces. I'm with it. So you have the Lighthouse of Legacy card here. And this card says your actions and wisdom serve as beacons for future generations. Illuminate the way. And I like that, Pisces, because I feel that this is what I feel is like. It almost feels like that life is essentially shaping you. It's like you're getting that like a you're really learning in Sagittarius season. That's what Sag season is all about. And I feel like it's you going from being lost and looking for the light to becoming that light for others. Because you are the last sign of the zodiac, Pisces. You've gone through all of the energy. So you do, just like how Sagittarius has this wisdom, you do have a certain wisdom, but it's different because now we're dealing not just with like that life of wisdom, but it's like that esoteric type of wisdom, that energies that you can connect with from source, and explaining how, and it's not to say that all Pisces are meant to be like some sort of leaders, but as you absolutely can. You do have, I feel like Pisces energy is one that wants to it has this big love for the universe and wants these energies to all be vibing at their highest and to have that deep connection with source. And I feel like, too, Pisces, remembering when you do find yourself in challenging energies where you were stuck, where you may not feel like in balance, where you may have felt like you had no guidance, where, the changes were kind of tough there, that all of this stuff shapes you to be better healers. It helps you develop a level of compassion and understanding and empathy for the experience of life, and that we're all going through this thing together. It may look differently from person to person, and how it translates energetically, but we are all going through, we're spirits going through these human experiences, and it's just like we're trying to pass that down so we can stop repeating these cycles and getting in, not to have accumulated so much karma. And now it's like trying to break that and get out of this energy, Pisces. But I like that. Let's get some tarot on that. Nice. Okay. Last little bit here, Pisces. Yeah. Alright, Pisces. So you have I love this. You have the Four of Cups, the Two of Cups, and then the Empress. Love that. And let's switch back over here, Pisces. Because I feel with the... Where do we want to start? Let's start with this Two of Cups here. Because I feel... And keep in mind, too, Pisces, there are... In this deck, there are two cards that have doubles, and there's the Pisces. I'm not so, wow. So sidebar. I'm not sure if you just saw all those balloons there, but I got a new computer, and this my app is doing some very strange things. Like it'll do like a thumbs up button if I do like see there it is. Just sidebar, but Pisces, you got where was I going with this? Oh, the Empress and the Two of Cups have two copies of themselves, but they do read very differently, especially the Empress, because this one is the younger Empress here. And that's where I feel like for some we may be at right now. When I was talking about that being open to being a beginner of life again, you are a very abundant sign, being Jupiter and Neptune ruled. You're very, that's a special energy to have two planets as your rulers. And I feel that as you grow and learn, and that's interesting too. You got the Emperor and the Empress up, and the we'll talk about that too. But I do feel that it's when when you start coming into this abundance of experiences and life. It's the Empress doesn't just revels in beauty. She distributes that beauty as well. Sends that abundance out there. But I feel that I feel like with the Four of Cups here, because this can be like a bored type of energy, and I feel like it's not allowed. Try not to get to where you aren't feeling satisfied with life, or that if you feel things have gotten a little stagnant, even. Like it's like a push. Like your actions are going to really, like they're Let me get a little bit more on this Four of Cups here, Pisces, before we close out here. Because it feels like that. Oh, thank you. So the Four of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Cups, and then you got another Queen here, the Queen of Wands. And I feel like there's this energy, like with that bored energy, like if you find yourself not being fulfilled or even like being lost, it's like pursuing that passion, going with what your heart truly desires. And again, listening, like, because the Two of Cups is very strong, or kind of like connected to higher source, like the Lovers is for me, like really tuning into your, making that connection within. And I do feel like you're going to be in a place, Pisces, where there are going to be options available for you as far as like where you want to take this journey, and where you want to grow. But I feel like it's like this energy of needing to be true to yourself, and I'm, yeah, I hope that that makes sense. It's that's an interesting one that's coming through there. But I even feel with this energy, Pisces, considering that you got the Emperor, the Empress, the Lovers, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, you got a lot of loving energy here as well. And I feel like maybe even for some, there may even be this energy of balancing out like our love with maybe what our accomplishments, and being making room for both of them. And I even feel like that maybe for some we might be in this place where we do have some options that we might be need to sort through, in a sense, like, you know, you might be, because Queen of Wands is very attractive energy that she brings. So, and I almost feel like that because just because you got this younger Empress here with the Emperor, I'm just even feeling like there may even be for some, like, trust your instincts, as far as like, not to say that we're not getting in a relationship, but I feel like there's this maybe there's like a, for some it's like we're questioning whether we want to spend this amount of time with someone, or do we want to pursue our careers or focus on go see life, however that might be looking. So just another thing, that kind of energy that was coming through there, Pisces. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So if anything resonated with you, Pisces, if you like that, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Pisces, because this was a very interesting one. You know, I feel like, and I feel like this is something that all the time, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record when I say, you know, connecting with your intuition, but that's really important for you. That's extremely important for you to really tune into to that, because again, you have such potential having that connection with Pisces. Is very special energy. You know, not all of them have a thing that's neat. And keep in mind, Pisces, I don't have any Pisces placements. I don't got any Pisces placements. I mean, I got 12th house stuff, but that's a little bit different. But yeah, tuning into your intuition is going to be very important for you, Pisces. So just keep that in mind, like always. And then subscribe there, you High Priestess. Hit that bell button, get notified on all these videos each week. And then look, you get all these Cancerian cards. Queen of Cups, all of our minor arcana cards, our ruler, the High Priestess. But if you got any Cancer in your placements there, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Sheridan, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Absolutely talk about lunar shenanigans and how she transitions through all the phases there. So that might be a little something for you to check out there, Pisces. Sidebar, I love when the moon's in Pisces. That's a really that's always a very pleasant energy to be in. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Pisces. Oh, there's hubby. You're probably like, which one? King of Wands here, Pisces. So that's passionate. And you know, Pisces, just something to think about. Just because something may seem real passionate in that moment, just be mindful of that. Just being aware of getting lost in the lust is what I'm getting with the king. Because the King of Queen of Wands, they do have a very strong relationship, but I feel like theirs is one that they're both very driven. And I feel like it's one thing to have, you can still have that sparks and that excitement that the King and Queen of Wands, but I feel like if we're losing it in each other and not, where it's kind of becoming a hindrance, just something to be mindful of. It's an energy that's coming through there. But also with the King of Wands, he does have a lot of energy to give. And I feel like he's a planner as far as like for decisions that he needs to make. He's not gonna just jump out and do. Granted, he's going to follow his passions, but he does take a moment to sit still and where am I going to channel all this potent energy into? Being mindful of where you're going with that before we hanged up or end up in a hanged man situation where we need to slow down and reflect. So. But the King of Wands too, he gets others inspired. He's definitely a lighthouse, and so. But I feel like again that comes through this wisdom comes through action, and I feel like that's a big thing that the King of Wands is a really strong representative of that, and how your actions and things can lead to that sense of you're not just thinking about it and but being about it. And look at that, you got two cards here, Pisces. Oh, and I like them both, especially this one, because you got the Serpent card here and then you got the Taste card. And I feel with this Taste card is really paying attention to what you're telling yourself there, Pisces. And we telling ourselves things that are sweeter, things that are raising our vibration, because you got this bee here, you got this snake tongue here, that, and I feel like it's really tuning into your senses in the sense, like if things don't quite suit your taste, like if this is not, doesn't feel like this is where you need to go, paying attention to that, because and again tapping into that intuitive energy, because the Serpent card is like that wild magic, that energy that the soul never forgets. You may be in a different vessel, but that energy is already imprinted on you, and it's tapping into that again, that wild magic, that and really coming into your strength there, Pisces. So, all right, but yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Pisces. But you stay safe out there with all these transitions and changes and things. I feel like this is gonna be a very very interesting one for you. I feel like a lot of growth and balance and things are gonna come from this. And you raise your vibration through the roof because you got a lot of got some good cards of self care here too. So yeah, just doing any way that you can connect with source, I feel like it's going to be really really beneficial for you there, Pisces. And I will catch you on the next one later.